Hey guys, my name is Caitlin Bratcher, and this is my welcome video. So, this is me. I was born and raised in Hastings on Hudson, New York, which is right outside New York City. It's actually the city skyline from my town where I grew up. I've been married for 6 years now to my husband, Jason. We have two kids. My daughter, Brooklyn, who is 5. She's a kindergartner and JCPS. And my son, Hudson, is 2. And this is our dog, Sadie. Some things I like to do, you can usually find me reading a book or watching sports. I grew up in New York, so I'm a big Yankee fan and a Giants fan, big UK fan, and I'm usually cooking for people or family or looking up recipes on Pinterest. So those are some of my interests. I went to UK and I teach moderate and severe disabilities, special education resource. I've taught at Tates Creek Middle School right when I got out of school. Then we moved to Maryland and I taught at Great Mills High School. We moved back to the Louisville area when we decided to have kids, and I taught at North Oldham High School. And now I'm currently teaching for JCPS at the Phoenix School of Discovery. So overall, I've taught for 8 years in special ed, and I also spent about 4 years teaching early childhood, birth all the way up through kindergarten. Some of the technology I use at school, I have a smartboard in my classroom and a class set of iPads. We probably don't use the iPads as much as we should for academics. A lot of times it's just for free time. So that's something I'd like to work on in this course. But I've struggled with some of the programs that we do have through the district, just not really working well for a lot of my kiddos, or it being more work to set up than to just give them paper copies of things. I also use a lot of switches in my classroom for students working on communication. I've used Proloquo on communication devices, and right now that mostly looks like iPads. And then over the years, I've used other assistive technology like large keyboards or joysticks, or different wheelchairs and switches on wheelchairs and head switches and stuff like that. Personally, I have an Android Google Pixel phone. I feel like that's like a big technology thing, like if you're an Apple or an Android person. So I'm an Android person. I have a Chromebook for personal use and for work use, so I'm usually using that. I've taken some basic coding courses. My husband's a software engineer by trade, so I've tried to learn some of those skills just to interact with him and some of the things he does. We have Google Homes and Google Assistants all throughout our house, just about every room at this point. And that's also all hooked up to our Nest security and thermostat. So basically, almost everything in my house you can control with your phone or voice at this point. So that's pretty cool. For career aspirations, I'd like to work towards being an ECE instructional coach. I've really liked sharing resources with other people and brainstorming ideas for different kids. And I've had a lot of experience with some extreme behaviors. So it's just something that I'd like to share that knowledge with others. I also know that with my career field, staying in the classroom for several years is difficult and not something a lot of people even actually do. I think the turnover rate for severe disabilities is something like 3 years. So just something that I'd like to have in the back of my mind, that I have a backup plan if that need arises. And I've also thought about pursuing a PhD, but I haven't really got much farther with that idea. So it's nice to meet you. Hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.